I bet you can't do it, 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 do it like do it, 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 do it like this. I bet you can't do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like do it, do it, do it, do it, do it like this, like this.
Business with somebody who was peaceful versus someone who was a challenge, who would you pick?
The challenge, because I'm the peaceful one, so I need that opposite. My husband is the challenge, so yeah. And we business partners, but it works because he gonna say no, straight up no, and I'm gonna be over here like, well, so we got to have that balance.
Okay. Everybody's so quiet, right? I'll be carrying this group for 6 months. I just don't know if y'all heard what Toya said.
Yeah, I heard it.
Toya said they picked the easy way out by going to a woman who's willing to be submissive, softer, not argumentative, etc. Because she don't come from the same potential traumatic experiences which molded her in that way.
Who the fuck is Toya?
But you can still have traumatic experiences and still be molded in a way where the man is still going to pick you because you are more peaceful than what a black woman may or may not offer to you.
Wait, what?
Say it one more time.
Okay, so you can still have traumatic experiences from a different race, different culture, or whatever, but that man is still going to pick the woman who he deems is more peaceful, despite what your traumatic experiences are. Okay. So whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Hispanic, so forth and so on, like the man is going to go where they see peace.
Right.
And then in the future, things can come up where, oh, this ain't what I signed up for, so I'm about to jump ship. Or, oh, she argumentative, she's not cooperative, she's not submissive, she's not this, I'm gonna jump ship. And I say that because all my brothers don't date. Their significant others are not the same race as we are. They're outside of the race. So
I wonder how many that is. Because she said all my brothers. So I wonder how many that is. Because we have the whole numbers, right? And the percentages of the whole, so it don't seem like it's so much. But I don't know. I think it might be more than we might be giving it credit for.
I say that to say, like, at the end of the day, a man is going to go where the peace is, despite whatever traumatic experiences you bring to the table. Granted, black women, like, yeah, of course we do have more traumatic experiences than maybe someone from a different culture, but yeah.
I'll need to know if she includes the cheating in this part, though, right? So when she says that the men are going to go where there's peace, does that mean that a man could be at home with a woman who ain't peaceful, and he might not necessarily break up with her or leave her, but then he'll go somewhere to find some peace with some woman? Do you include that in that? And even though I think that's true, I hate that the women would try to twist that and use it when it comes to the money part, which they don't realize is stupid. But I think that you have to consider that. If you believe that men are going to go where the peace is at, then that means that you, to some degree, you're acknowledging that a woman is a man's peace. So if you at home and you not being peaceful, then even though I'm not I don't promote cheating, I'm just saying it's a qualifier. You can't make it seem like the dude is the worst person on earth if you aren't being his peace and he's seeking that peace somewhere else while still providing whatever for you. Because it's just looked at as just cheating, right? You just say cheating and then it's like, okay, that's the end of it. He's a piece of shit. End the conversation. But if what she is saying is true, I think that furthers and deepens the conversation about why some men seek other women outside of the women they have at home. Because think about it. If you got a woman at home that's, argumentative, non-submissive, uncooperative, and all of that, I think it's probably more than likely that the person that they dipping with is bringing them peace. So let's say if you find out that you are argumentative, combative ass woman, and you find out that your man is cheating on you with this chick who is argumentative and combative, then yeah, that nigga's just retarded. Right? Like he just like being abused. The most abused he can get is what he wants. You know what I'm saying? But I think the opposite is probably more true.
So are you saying that Black women are not peaceful? Like I need clarifying like 2 points. One,
that's what we're saying.
Like there's such a thing as the spicy Latina. There's such a thing as an Asian tiger mom. Like there are other women that can be deemed to have attitudes or be aggressive, and it's deemed as cute or desirable. So are we saying that Black women in mass are not peaceful?
Ooh. She just made me want to look something up. Let me open up ChatGPT real quick. I'm going to let the video play, but she just made me think about a statistic that I want to look up. Shout out to you, Tiff, for sparking it in my head with your combativeness, because you can't accept the fact that Black women are angry as hell.
No, I'm not saying that particularly.
Yes, you are. Don't lie. That's what you say.
We're portrayed that way. In the sense, they always want to make the Black woman the big bear.
Okay.
Because y'all are.
We're angry. Like the angry Black man, it's always the angry Black woman.
We could be as peaceful as we can be or whatever, but if we trip about, oh, why you didn't change the sheets or something like small, it could be like the difference in him picking me or picking somebody else.
Y'all gotta stop this something very bullshit, man. It's not that. It's not what you complain about, it's how you do it. Stop. All right, you got it, fam. Y'all.
So you're saying Black
this
women are
this is what I'm saying, man. It's like the ladies' POV shows is just basically, except for fatties, but ladies' POV shows, it seems like it's just the space and opportunity for women to just bullshit, bro. Because that's fucking bullshit. Tell the truth and shame the devil, man. When y'all complaining, y'all not, babe, did you know that get the fuck there? That's not even in your fucking vocabulary. Y'all don't talk like that on these panels. Like, come on, man.
Not at all.
Well, you said
hold on, wait. Well, here's the thing, Tiff. She's saying men are going where it's peaceful. The perception is that Black women are less peaceful. That's what, and then Toya just followed up. That's the portrayal, right? But then it was also said that because of the circumstances in which you guys come from, you take on a different disposition. And then it was also said that if we see a Black man with a white woman, he took the easy way out.
I heard all of that. So the underlying current is that Black women are difficult, challenging. You're not polite. You're going to be volatile. Like it. Yes. It's not being said, but that's what I'm hearing.
Yes, you're right.
I'm not
and
saying
it's
that
true.
all. I'm saying that's that.
Well, then you full of shit. That's what you should be saying, and it's freaking true. Like why do we have to tiptoe around that? It's fucking true.
That could be the mindset of the man. Like they're gonna go where it's peace. They're gonna go where it's no pushback. Whether that's with the Black woman, a white woman, so forth and so on. Like any race could be volatile. Any race could have trauma. Like, but he's gonna automatically go where it's peaceful in that moment. Like Toya said, like he's gonna go where what he feels in that moment.
And what is your brother's experience?
Well, they're different. To be honest, I don't know because I don't really like communicate with them like that. But one of my brothers, I mean, that's all he's dated. Like that's all he's bought home. That's all he's been around, or that he's bought home, and that I've like been exposed to from him. So I don't know what his experience is, but I just know he does not date Black women. None of my brothers do. They're all with Latino women. I'm the only sibling that dates within the culture, and my parents, obviously. But yeah.
But it's kind of different though, because y'all are also in Cali. So in California, from my experience,
it's more acceptable for sure.
Acceptable, but it's just like a lot of the men that when I was in Cali, they didn't date Black women. So it was like either I'll be alone or I date a Hispanic.
You know what's ill? What you're highlighting, Shad, is when these men get around women of other cultures, they select them. So we have a whole bunch of Latinos too at home, and you see a disparity for sure. So what? Because it's a speculation, right? But what I'm saying, what you're saying, right? But you're saying when you were out in California and they had access to those women, they selected those women based on what you saw.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot too, like at home and all that.
Okay. So let me tell y'all what I was looking up. What I was looking up was, and this is so crazy, I'm telling you, they have done something to my chat GPT, because this shit used to give me all the answers, and now I don't. What I was trying to figure out was who actually gets arrested more for domestic violence when it's women, right? And it's like telling me shit like couldn't find credible national data, blah, 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 blah. It used to never give me those kind of answers. But it gave me something like about different states. So one, it says in Connecticut during 2020, women of color, Black and Hispanic, made up 49% of domestic violence cases filed against adult women, while white women accounted for the rest, which would be 51%, right? But white women are 75% of the female population in that state. Black women make up 10.8%. Hispanic women make up 14.4%. So together, Black and Hispanic women make up about 25.2%, but they make up 49% of the arrests. Right? Now, of that 49, we don't know which part is Black, which part is Hispanic, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like, but if I ask this shit right now about Black men, it's gonna have all the data. Yep, Black men ain't shit, Black men ain't this, Black men that, they do that. It's gonna have all the data. This shit been crazy lately, boy. They have really done something to my to ChatGPT to minimize its ability to respond. Because that, okay. If you look at this number, right? I think it gave me another one too. Shelby County, Tennessee. Well, this was talking about the fact that they were younger, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It says that it shows that Black and Hispanic women are overrepresented, but that's what I'm saying. It's not saying exactly what that percentage is, but 49%, almost half. So almost half of the domestic arrests being Black and Hispanic women. It's like similar to the overrepresentation of, the murder rate. 13%, 50%, right? 13% of the population, but they make up 50%. And that shit is so debunkable. But I don't know, man. I know my arguments against the murder rate. I don't know if they would be the same for this. Right? Because it's so many more white women that you would just assume that it would be just that many more accounts of them being arrested than Black or Hispanic, because it's so many more of them. You're talking about Black women, 22 million, Hispanic women, probably 30 million, 31 million. Right? White women jumps all the way up to 100-some million. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you are overrepresented in the domestic arrests shows that y'all have a tendency to be fucking aggressive. See, I really think the way the data should be broken down is in places like Houston, Dallas, Chicago, New York, places where it's a lot of black people, and then it's automatically going to be a lot of white people, and then assumedly a lot of Hispanics as well. And because when you look at the entirety of the country, it's so much of this country that's whited out that it's a waste of time using that data. And in those little pocketed areas, they not spending their time locking people up for their personal shit. That police shit plays in major cities and shit. A lot of other places, man, them people be going through what they be going through. That shit be in-house. Like you could probably look up the top, it's 50 states. So look up the top 25 states with the least amount of arrests and watch where that shit be at. And then look at the population of those places. Shit gonna be 90% white or better. They not policing the motherfuckers like that. And if you don't think the motherfuckers getting into it, you out of your mind.
So what does that say, right? Did we talk about what they complaining about, and does it have merit? Or are they taking an easy way out, which is
I don't think it's the easy way. I don't think it's the easy way out. I'm gonna just make it real quick. From what I've seen with a man who was dating Hispanic from when I lived in Cali, and because I knew her, it was just like, I don't want to say she was more cooperative, but she was down for the ride. Like she helped. Like it was just more. Like I don't think it was a lot of pushback.
Why don't you want to say more cooperative if that's what you're describing?
Well, yeah, she was more cooperative.
No, I'm just saying we're having a conversation. So say the thing so we can continue to mine through it. Go ahead, Toya, and then Callie.
Other cultures are taught to like cater to, like, like for instance, if you look at what is it, like the Muslim women, they have to cater like hand and foot to their husbands, and a lot of the Caribbean women as well, they are taught to like literally cater to. So it's just different cultures in general are taught differently. So typically as a black woman, my mom ain't teach me to be just catering to nobody. Like, yeah, you might fix that man food, you might cook and do all of those things. But as far as like these men can't clean in the house, like they don't have gender roles and all these different things. It's just like a woman does this and that's that.
And that's a great point, Toya, because that's another thing. Like when I did have the experience with a lot of Hispanic people, a lot of them are in like relationships from like 18. Like they start early. And then also from my experience with Jamaican people, they also push marriage like early on. So I don't know if it's just a disconnect on how we brought up or what. But yeah.
Well, I want to make Callie used to it.
See, this is one of those times when I hate using the word culture. Because what is culture, right? Technically. Versus, I don't know, what's not just society, but like what I'm thinking about is the thing that they say, oh, this is the difference between the culture. They push this over there. Well, that used to be the same thing here. That used to be the same thing with black people. So if it's not our culture, who changed it? And then the other thing is this. If the Jamaicans, the Hispanics, I think she said, whoever the other people that was that she said had that kind of culture of like catering to your man, are they doing that here in America? So they have their own culture here in America. So what I'm gathering from this is that Black women have their own culture. That's what this sounds like to me. They have their own culture. It's separate from everybody else. I mean, me personally, I blame everything on the white man. It's his country, it's his leadership, it's his society, it's his rules, it's his media. So it's all on them. But the way she talking, she said, my mama didn't raise me to do that. So Black, because it's not like men don't want this, right? So even though we've had a lot of women say that their fathers also raised them to be independent, damn, now that I think about it, we had a lot of women who say that their fathers also raised them to be independent. But if that's not what the men want, does that make it our culture as well? Do we? Damn, like shit. I guess we would have to share. We would have to share in the responsibility if the fathers are raising their daughters to be that way. But as husbands, as men, as boyfriends, as baby daddies, as lovers, that's not what we want. So when does it not become our culture? This is blowing my mind right now. Because by 10 seconds ago, I was ready to put this all on the women. I was ready to say it sounds like they have their own culture, like Black women have their own culture. Because when you talk about the Arabic women, that's not the women's culture, that's Arabic culture. When you talk about the Hispanic women, that's not the women's culture, that's the Hispanic culture. You see what I'm saying? She said the Jamaicans, right? That's the Jamaican culture, right? So what is the Black culture versus the Black women's culture? This whole time, we've been rightfully so telling the women that they're raising the very men that they're complaining about. I don't think we've spent very much time on the fact that the men might also be raising the very women that we're complaining about. Damn, so whose culture is it? Is it our culture or is it Black women's culture? In that household, when that father is saying the things that he's saying and raising his Black daughter to be independent, is that his culture or is he following something else? Nas said these other women are raised in patriarchal minded culture, but that means it's not their culture. It's not the women's culture. See, we said things like, I could do bad all by myself. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Like we talk about that attitude and that mindset that black women have as if it was a black woman thing. Then we had to concede that it was a feminism thing and that it was programmed into them. Right? But then the arguments was made that the same women who were doing that programming were still married and going home to men. Right? So basically the women were misled. But that's what I'm saying. The patriarchal culture wouldn't be the women's culture. It would be the culture of the people. You see what I'm saying? That would be those people's culture. The what is it called? The hijab or whatever, the burqa, all that stuff that the women wear, that fully clothed and all of that shit. That's not the women's culture. You see what I'm saying? That's the culture of those people. So the women are performing that way. The men have the expectation of that. They raise their daughters to also perform that way. And the men are raising their daughters to also perform that way. You see what I'm saying? It's a total culture for the people. This is being reported in such a dysfunctional way that I don't think the right accountability is being assessed. We can't make this argument that we as black fathers are so much involved, and then at the same time, we're still producing the crop of women that we're complaining about, and not say that same thing that we say about the women, that they're producing the men that they complain about. So do we have to take it on the chin that the independence of black women has also become our culture? Man, I am better than these other niggas. I'll be thinking way deeper. Damn. Our culture is more about my body, my choice, and my freedom. But see, men accept that. That's what I'm saying. Black men, when black women say my body, my choice, we accept that. It's not like that's actually something that we're promoting. Right? In reality, I think if you really asked men and they knew that, let's say, we knew for a fact that our desires, our concerns would be met, I think you would get a different response. If you gave black men a chance to come out and vote and say, you have a say so, and whether or not a child is born, I think the majority of black men would say, yes, we want to say so. So when we accept, because I accept my body, my choice, I don't argue for it. Your body, you get to make the decision. It is what it is, period, point blank. But I also get to have that same freedom for myself. That's my only argument, right? But I think if we knew for a fact, what we want to say, our input would be taken account, be accounted for, then I think the majority of men would say, yeah, I want to have a say so. Right? So it wouldn't be our culture. That would be our women's culture. And then we're just going along with it, because every battle ain't meant to be fought type shit. You see what I'm saying? Versus so many women who came on these platforms and said that their fathers, not their mothers, their fathers were raising them and telling them not to depend on no man. I mean, because here's the thing. Now that I think about it, it just crossed my mind that might actually be, I think the messaging might actually be misinterpreted. right? Because I'll tell my daughter not to depend on no man. Like, don't depend on the man to pay for everything. Maybe we need to dive deeper into what the father said versus what the daughters interpreted. Because when I say to my daughter, don't depend on no man, I'm saying don't depend on the man to pay for everything. And it's not because I'm saying you can't depend on the man to do it. I'm saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you shouldn't put it all on a man. I'm saying that's wrong to do. Unless that man just has, you know what I'm saying, crazy access to resources, then that's different. You don't need to work when it's unnecessary. But just as a general statement, no, it's wrong to put that on men. Now, are most fathers, 51% or more black fathers who are telling their daughters not to depend on men, are they saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Are they saying, don't give a man financial control over you? Don't depend on a man because when he get mad at you, he gonna kick you out. You know, all of these things. Are they saying that shit? He's going to financially abuse you. Or are they saying, don't depend on no man, get out here and get it yourself. So when y'all get together, y'all can build some shit. I wonder. I really wonder.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You want to say something? Go ahead.
Okay, so from the people that I know, like personally or whatever like that, the ones that did date outside, they're not any happier than what they were when they were with black women. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different set of complaints. So, like for instance, the young man that I know that's like, how old is he? He's 24, right? He used to date black women. He's now with a white woman or whatever. She lazy as hell. She don't want to do these are his complaints. She lazy as hell. She don't want to do nothing. She don't want to work. She don't want to contribute. She don't clean. She don't do none of that kind of stuff, right? The other one that I know, he was with a black woman or whatever, and he's like, I think he's like 40, 47, I think. He like about maybe 10 years ago, he went and remarried and with the Latina woman, but his complaint is it's all the same shit. It's just in Spanish now and he don't understand what she's saying.
Yeah,
But
I
you know,
guess.
that's my anecdotal shit.
Well, what you have is a speculation of, you know, almost 30% dating women of other races, and that continues to incline. And then you have that coupled with passport bros and all this other shit, right? That is growing, right? It's not decreasing, you know. And then we're looking at vetting. Is if Toya's right, what does that say about the vetting process of black men? Are they assessing it differently? Are they looking at they're absolutely saying, hey, I need these things and I'm willing to go outside to get them? If we're admittedly saying, let's say it is 50% because of what we've been through. Now our disposition has been like molded differently.
From what I can see or whatever, it's the perception of the same behaviors being deemed negative when it comes from us, but it's not so bad when it comes from another race. That's what I see. And it's that perception that it's going to be different, and then when they get into it, it just ain't.
Well, but that way what Saw said would be adverse to what you're saying. She saw the Latino woman conducting herself in a way that stood out to her. And that's what the men are also saying. So are you saying that the two men that you know are more of what's more prevalent than the one that Saad knows and then what the men say?
No, what I'm saying is it's not like there's no complaints. It's different complaints or it's the same thing. And it's just perceived as being not so bad. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
so you're saying there's similar issues that are happening, but are they like, as opposed to being at a 10, they're at a 5 or something like that?
No, they're going to take it as a 5, but it's still the same behavior. So if they're displaying the same behavior, it's not perceived as so negative because it's coming from somebody else. It's like that whole it's that exotical shit or whatever. Somebody else do the same shit, then it's perceived as something different.
So here's the thing. And I know it's probably going to be some brothers that don't like this, but if you just shut the hell up and listen, you'll understand. I think it's some truth to this, right? But I think the same exaggeration that she's saying will put on the black woman's behavior, I think is the same kind of exaggeration that she's putting on the grace given. Right? Because arguing, right, is arguing. Like the real blow up argument, right? That I don't care what you are. White, black, Hispanic, red, green, purple, alien, Martian, moon, star, don't matter. And if that shit you don't like doing it, you're not gonna like doing it. Yelling, super raising your voice all loud, that shit, red, yellow, purple, green, pink, moon, Martian, Venus, don't matter. If you don't like that shit, you're not gonna like it. Masculine, aggressive, like you ready to fight, right? If you don't like it, you don't like it. But that's where I might say it may be a little bit of grace given. I would have to concede that it may be a little bit of grace given to the masculine part of, like, say, a Puerto Rican woman. Yes. I don't think it's as much as she think it is, but I think you have to say yes to that. It just don't hit the same. And I have to admit that. But if you like argumentative, we are going back and forth because you ain't listening. You just listening to respond. You just being combative. It don't matter what color you are, what race you are, that shit is gonna be irritating as hell. Period. The thing that the sisters refuse to accept, that a lot of times, I don't want to say most because I don't actually know, I would just assume that a lot of times, right, with the other race of women, is that they do have a cutoff point and y'all don't. Y'all just be ready to ruin a nigga life. Swear up and down you love him and everything, but you be ready to ruin his life because you mad. Once you see that this man is ready to slap fire from you, you don't stop talking. You don't stop being loud. You don't stop being aggressive. You don't say, okay, let me be cool. I'm doing too much. They do. They fucking do. I think that's the difference. They may get some grace on the physical side, right? On the being masculine on the physical side. But I think all that ass, combative ass energy, that shit, it don't matter what woman doing that shit. We not gonna like it. Now, when you trying to walk and your Puerto Rican girl is walking in front of you, no, because boquero de nacho grande and taco se prime and all that other bullshit, right? That physical shit, you might want to grab her ass and push up against the wall and start tongue kissing her. I'm not gonna stunt. And if one of the sisters is doing it, you might want to get them and throw her ass down the flight of stairs. But I think the component that the black women refuse to accept is that when I see you, black woman, when I'm at home with you, black woman, you are a version of my mother. Nobody want their mama to talk to them like that. But I'm black, so if I'm with this Puerto Rican chick, I'm gonna see it a little bit different. It's not gonna impact me the same. You are family, even if we ain't together. Type shit. It's just hit different. You think that's wrong? If you was a black woman in a relationship with a white man and he called you a nigga, would you be mad? Yes. Because he ain't family. Checkmate. But if you was with me or any other black man and we said nigga, it would probably be the last thing that we said that you would actually care about. You care about everything else we said but that. We could be like, your food don't taste good, your hair look a mess, and you a nigga. And you'd be like, what do you mean my hair looks a mess? Because that's the shit that you gonna care about the most. It's just different, sis. Y'all gotta accept that shit. I don't know what to tell you. It just is. Some shit you don't want to have to take from the motherfucker that look like you. On God.
Right.
Okay, I understand.
Or if they have different complaints or whatever like that, there's still complaints. This is a different set of problems.
And this goes into the show that we've been doing for 2 weeks. The show that Relly and I, what's up, Rel? That we did today. We constantly justify and excuse poor behavior. Because that's what I'm hearing, Callie, and I don't think you're doing it on purpose. But like literally, the men are saying that they're getting treated better. And then our retort is, she treating you the same. You just accept it from her and you don't see it the same as you see me, but it's the same behavior. As opposed to addressing the fact that maybe there is a difference because you see a forecast of an uptick of men leaving their women for women of other races. Men talk to men a whole lot more. Yo, B, come to this place with me, come to that place with me, etc. Here's the treatment we get, you know. And then, like what Toya was saying, they're brought up in a particular way to cater. Cater almost sound like a 4-letter word.
Nah, you know what it is, and it ain't. It's not. I'm not saying I'm disagreeing with the verbiage being used right now, but I think it's something different than just being catered to. I think what it is that they're raised to value, right? One of my biggest talking points coming to YouTube is that black women don't value black men. The women of other races, for whatever reason, are educated, and I'm going to use that word, I like it better. They're educated, groomed to value their men. Notice I said they're men because they value men and what they bring to the table in general. And then when they get their man, they appreciate that they have their own version of that. Our women don't. Our women have been trained to hate us in general. And then when they do get with us, they look at it like they're doing us a favor. That's the problem. Our women always think they settling. I've told this story before about how one time me and my mom was talking and she said, I don't even know why I was ever dealing with your dad. He wasn't even in my same class. I said, yes, he was. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have been able to get with you. See, a lot of times it ain't what you think about yourself. You think I'm wrong? There's a man right now or a woman right now sleeping under a bridge. If they think they the flyest thing in the world, if they think they the best thing since sliced bread, if they think anybody would be lucky to have them, does that shit make it facts? Everything ain't about what you think about yourself. Sometimes it's about what life has told you it is.
This shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
It's all over, everybody. Skip! Skip! Cut these cameras off me. Skip!
Hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell, and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm.